Hello, I've had some questions on Poplar. Poplar, not popular, but it can be quite popular because it makes a lot of money. But how do you do it? So what I'm going to do is run through real quick on how to plant and harvest poplar. All right, once your field is ready to go, in other words, you've checked to see if it needed lime, and if it did, you put lime on it. It's all cultivated or plowed and ready to go. Then you can plant poplar. So what you're going to need is a tractor with at least 200 horsepower. You're going to need this tree planter. This is the Damcon PL75, and you need only 120 for that, but you need a 200 horsepower tractor for something later to bale it. And this goes 4 miles an hour as a working width of 1 meter, so it takes a minute to plant this field. And then you're going to need these guys. This is saplings. Be sure you get poplar saplings. So if you go to the menu, one of the easiest ways to find this stuff is under packs. Okay, you come here, you go over to poplar, and you'll see the items that you would need. Now these two, we're going to talk about them, but those are optional, and that's a lot of money. But this is your cheapest solution right here, and we'll look at that. So to plant it, you're going to need this planter, a tractor to pull it with at least 120 horsepower, and these poplar saplings. So it's $280 for that, $27,500 for the Damcon PL75 planter, and then whatever tractor you can get. This one is the Douchefar Agristar 8.31 for $89,500, and that'll get you started planting poplar. All right, so we're going to hook this up and put our saplings in there. And we have a freshly plowed field. We're going to put this in. There you go. And they're in there. Look at that. All right, let's go do some planting. Okay, here we go. We got our freshly planted field here. By the way, this field is 1.87 acres, okay, of actual field area. And we're going to get our guy here. I'm going to let the AI do it. Just line him up here and let him go. Plant poplar. And you do this in March. Okay, you do it in March. You can do some other months. Let me show you the calendar real quick. Okay, poplar, you can plant it anywhere from March all the way to August. Okay, March to August. So the first year you can do that, or the first month I mean, is going to be March. So here you go. He's laying down the poplar saplings. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So this is going to take a minute, so we'll be back. Okay, we've got all of our poplar planted. Look at this. It's pretty cool. It's going to take you a minute. It's going to take you somewhere between 12 and 15 minutes an acre of actual time, okay, to get this done. So there you go. Now remember, we've already put lime on here, and we have a layer of fertilization because I plowed it under. But I'm going to need to fertilize it one more time. If you look at the map here, okay, we're here, and I've got one layer of fertilization. It still needs another, so we're going to do that tomorrow. Okay, we've gone to the next day, so it's now April. Now I'm going to put some fertilizer on this. All right, he's fertilizing that. So if you look at the menu now, you can see that it's the darker blue. That means it's got 2 layers of fertilization. So we're just going to continue and fertilize the entire field. Okay, our field is all fertilized. It's planted, all fertilized, has lime, everything's good to go. It's April. I'm going to go forward until it's ready to harvest. And the cool thing about poplar is you don't necessarily have to plant that every year. Okay, we've gone several months into July, and it is now ready to harvest. All right, let me show you how you're going to harvest this. There's 2 different ways. Okay, the first way, you need a tractor with at least 200 horsepower. You got to have this bio baler, the Anderson Group bio baler WB55. You need a 200 horsepower tractor to pull that, and it's going to bale at 6 miles an hour. And this little gizmo called a bumper, you're going to need that also, the Anderson Group bumper. It goes on the front of the tractor and pushes the poplar down so you can use the baler. So what we're going to do is hook that to the front of the tractor. Then we're going to hook up our baler, and we're going to head to the field. Let me show you in the menu. Once again, we've got this baler for $99,500. Okay, and then you have this bumper for 1500 that goes on the front. There you go. Let's go to the field. Okay, we're at the field. Now what you're going to do is do this one row at a time. You're going to line this up just like you would bale anything else, maybe like grass or something. Turn the baler on, lower the baler, and then you're going to go down this row. And it's going to bale the poplar just like you would baling anything else. Now just like some of your smaller balers, round balers, when the baler gets full, you have to stop and back up a little bit. If you don't, you'll leave some. Okay, boom, back up just a hair. I'm going to dump that, unload, bale. Now you can also put it on automatic drop. Okay, close the baler. And there you go, it is off and working. So what we're going to do is put it on automatic drop. See how that works. Okay, it's getting full. You still have to back up though. It's not like a square baler that drops it and keeps going. Watch that it gets full. Back up. Okay, now you can continue forward. And there you go. That's what you're going to do, is go down each row. Now next I'm going to show you another way to harvest this. It costs more money though. It's more expensive. Okay, I got some bales in the other field there. How do you pick those up? So I'm going to go back to the menu here. If you go down to like you're doing regular bales, where the balers are, under transport, you pick them up just like you do other round bales. You can use the Anderson RBM 2000. It costs $50,500. And you'll need 130 horsepower to pull that. Okay, now I'm at the field. What I'm going to do is lower the pickup, and you would pick these up just like you would grass bales or hay bales or silage bales, and you just write this little gizmo along here. It's probably easier if I came the other way. I think I will. Now, what do you do with these bales once you have them? Well, they are wood chips. Okay, it's bales of wood chips, and you would sell those just like you would other wood chips. So let me just show you on the menu. If I go to prices and look under wood chips, there's quite a few choices here. The animal dealer, farmer's market, the train, grain barge. This is on Riverbend Springs, several places, and the maps vary. And you can see the optimum time to sell that is January. So I like bales because you can just store those somewhere, dump them and store them, and then you can pick them up and take them January and sell them at the optimum time. Okay, or you could have a multi-fruit silo that you could put the loose wood chips in. And that's what you do. You just go through here and pick them all up. Now let me show you another way to harvest this, but it requires a little more capital. We'll be right back with that. Just as a note, by the way, each bale is 2,000 liters of wood chips. Okay, so when we're looking at the price there, this is per 1,000 liter. So each bale is going to be twice that, whatever price you see. So in January, you're getting almost 2,000 a bale. Right now, you're getting about 600 bucks. Okay, if you have a lot of money on your farm and you want another way to harvest poplar, what you can do is get the bigger, basically it's like a forage wagon. Okay, it is this gizmo, and it does have to have a header, which is this. So the header is the New Holland 130 FB. It costs $69,500. 2 meters wide, goes 4 miles an hour. Still not the quickest. Just a little bit quicker than the baler because it was 1.5 meters wide. Okay, and we're going to get this, the New Holland FR 780, and it goes 24 miles an hour traveling, but it doesn't go very fast when you're harvesting. Okay, you're also going to need one other thing, and that's this trailer to put it in. And this particular one is the Coeco Radium 255. It holds 47 cubic meters of material, and we're going to get that too. So we hooked up our header to the forest harvester. We're going to ride this over to the field and see how this thing does. Notice it's got a bumper in the front too, just like the baler did, but this one's built in. Okay, what I'm going to do is hit B to get him started, and he's going to kind of start but not really go anywhere. Well, he wants to start somewhere else, I guess, on the untouched side, which is okay too. Okay, he lowers the header, and notice he's sitting there. That's because you have to help him. So you can either have a buddy, or you can use the AI to drive the forage harvester and you drive the trailer, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to pull up beside him here, and notice he's going. Okay, so I just got to keep my trailer over here on this side, either with a buddy, or you can let the AI drive the forage harvester and you drive the trailer. And that's how you do it. It's a little bit quicker than baling, because it's just a hair wider, but not really. They're very similar. But this does give you loose material that you can take somewhere, store in a multi-fruit silo. Okay, you kind of get the gist of that. So this is what you have to do. You just got to keep following him around until you get all this in there. It takes a little bit, but you do get a lot per acre for this. And I'm going to go back and tell you, figure that up, and I'll tell you how much we got per acre. So don't go anywhere. Okay, as an oh, by the way, I just want to show you my fertilization. See, this needs another layer of fertilizer, that shade of blue. Our Poplar field does not, even though we just harvested it. It does not need another layer of fertilization. All right, that's pretty much it for Poplar. That's how you grow it. Let's talk about how much money you're going to get when you do this. Now, Poplar, you only harvest every 15 months. So let me put the numbers up here. So per acre, we ended up with 22,824 liters per acre. And that works out to, if you were to take that to the market at the time of harvest, when we did it, it was 508 per thousand. So you would have gotten $11,595 on the easy mode, about $7,000 on the normal mode, and not quite $4,000 on the hard mode per acre. Okay, but if you look at, since you don't harvest that every year, if you prorate that for a year, you're really getting $9,276 per acre on the easy mode, $5,565 on the normal mode, and $3,092 on the hard mode. So what you want to do is save that, maybe bale it or get a multi-fruit silo and store that until the optimum time to sell that around January, because you're going to get a lot more, like 3 times more. Look at this. Per harvest, at harvest time, you would have gotten $37,000 an acre on the easy mode, $22,000 on the normal mode, and $12,000 on the hard mode per harvest. Work that out per year, and you've got $29,616 on the easy mode, $17,770 on the normal mode, and $9,872 on the hard mode. So Poplar is very profitable. It's very profitable. And it's a pretty good thing to do. It's a little bit hard to harvest, but you only have to do that every 15 months. And like I say, you don't have to replant. Now, if you have plowing turned on, you're going to need to plow every 3rd harvest to keep your yield up and then replant it. But if you have plowing turned off, you just keep growing this stuff. It just keeps growing, and there you go. So that's it. I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. I'll see you on the next go-round. Bye-bye.